big blow to its drug cartel. Special forces arrested drug lord Odias Flores Silva, known as El Jardinero.
Dozens of suspects have been charged and are awaiting trial. 2 law enforcement officers were among those arrested.
A network that has been absorbing cocaine from a Pacific Coast cartel with ports in Manzanillo, Mexico, moving it through Rotterdam, feeding it into a British distribution architecture that connects to county lines, to gold bars in transit at Heathrow, and to a money laundering infrastructure that converts drug proceeds into real assets so efficiently that by the time any of it hits a London bank account, it is already clean. Officers moving through multiple addresses before the city wakes up. Millions in cash and gold frozen by court order before a single press conference is called. What they have dismantled is not a local drug network. It is the London end of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, the CJNG. The organization, the US National Counter-Terrorism Center, has confirmed traffics drugs to Africa, Asia, Europe, and Latin America simultaneously. The organization, whose leader was killed by the Mexican military on February 22, 2026, and whose resulting power vacuum has made its European operations not less active, but more dangerous and more contested than at any point in its history. Nobody in Britain is being told this story properly. That's why British Front Media exists. Subscribe now, because what follows is the complete picture. Reason number 1, the CJNG operates in over 40 countries and was designated a foreign terrorist organization in February 2025. Its European supply chain runs through Rotterdam and targets the UK's cocaine market directly. This is not a background fact. This is the operational reality behind the London raid. The Jalisco New Generation Cartel and the Sinaloa Cartel operate in over 40 countries worldwide, according to the DEA's 2025 threat assessment, partnering with local criminal organizations across multiple continents. In February 2025, the US designated CJNG a foreign terrorist organization and a specially designated global terrorist, responsible for a significant proportion of the cocaine, fentanyl, and methamphetamine trafficked internationally. The Brookings Institution's research, based on interviews with Mexican officials conducted through April 2026, confirmed the CJNG's strategic focus explicitly. Having established dominance over Mexico's Central Pacific coast, the cartel focused on European cocaine markets accessible via Pacific ports, routing supply chains through Rotterdam to distribution networks across the continent. The UK, with one of the highest cocaine use rates in the world and over 1,000 cocaine-related deaths per year, is not a peripheral destination for CJNG supply chains. It is a primary target. Reason number 2, El Mencho was killed in February 2026. Creating a power vacuum, the DEA has warned, makes the CJNG more volatile and more dangerous, not weaker. The killing of Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, known as El Mencho, by the Mexican military in Tapalpa, Jalisco on February 22, 2026, triggered widespread violence across Mexico, with CJNG retaliation attacks reported across multiple states. 25 Mexican National Guard troops died in the operation itself, and the succession structure that should have contained the fallout had already been destroyed. El Mencho's son, Ruben Oseguera Gonzalez, El Menchito, was sentenced in March 2025 to life imprisonment plus 30 years in a US federal court, ordered to forfeit over $6 billion in drug trafficking proceeds. His son-in-law El Guacho pleaded guilty to international money laundering conspiracy in June 2025. The line of succession, in security analysts' own words, has been broken. What that means for CJNG's European operations, including its London network, is not stability. It is a scramble for control of the most lucrative supply chains by factions that no longer have a single commanding authority to answer to. A cartel without a clear leader is not a cartel that stops. It is a cartel whose constituent networks compete harder, faster, and more violently for the markets that remain. Reason number 3, CJNG's financial arm, Los Quines, has been laundering cartel proceeds through offshore structures for decades, and the model it pioneered is exactly what the NCA's London gold and cash seizures are targeting. The money behind a CJNG London network does not stay in drug bags. It moves immediately into assets, gold, property, cryptocurrency, through a financial architecture designed specifically to separate the original crime from the eventual asset by as many layers as possible. The Los Quines Cartel, described as CJNG's financial arm, built this architecture across continents. José González Valencia, Los Quines co-founder, was sentenced to 30 years in a US federal court on June 20th, 2025 for trafficking multiple tons of cocaine from South America and directing acts of extreme violence to protect the supply chain. His brother Abigail, El Mencho's brother-in-law, was transferred from Mexican custody to the United States in August 2025. 3 leaders, 3 prosecutions, 1 financial machine that has been moving cartel proceeds into legitimate assets for over a decade. In Britain, the NCA has already documented exactly how cartel-linked money exits the drug economy and enters the asset market. Border Force officers, acting on NCA intelligence, seized 104 kilograms of gold bars at Heathrow Airport, being transported from the Cayman Islands to Switzerland, having arrived on a private jet from Venezuela. The NCA's own Heathrow branch commander confirmed the shipment was believed to be linked to drugs cartels operating out of South America, Venezuela, Cayman Islands, Heathrow, Switzerland, 4 jurisdictions in 1 gold shipment. The money behind a London cocaine network does not stay in London. Reason number 4, the NCA's most significant asset freezing operation froze £100 million, including a 70-room mansion in Regent's Park, in a single coordinated action against a network laundering criminal proceeds through London property. This is what London's cartel-connected money laundering economy looks like when the NCA finally reaches the financial layer. In October 2025, following UK designations against the Prince Group and its founder Chen Ji, linked to allegations of fraud compounds, trafficking and money laundering, the NCA and Isle of Man Constabulary froze £100 million in assets and executed search warrants at UK and Isle of Man properties, including a 70-room mansion in Regent's Park, London. The United States Department of Justice simultaneously unsealed an indictment against Chen Ji, and prosecutors seized $15 billion in Bitcoin, 1 network, 1 coordinated action, a 70-room mansion, and $15 billion in cryptocurrency, reached on the same morning. And in March 2026, the Crown Prosecution Service obtained an unexplained wealth order and interim freezing order in the High Court, freezing 85 properties across central and south London worth over £81 million, belonging to a Chinese national and associated UK companies suspected of using illicitly obtained funds to purchase them. The NCA's head of asset denial has confirmed the principle that drives all of this. The purchase of prime property in London is a tactic used to launder money, and we will use all the powers available to us to target those who try to do this. Reason number 5. British drug trafficker Robert Dawes smuggled 1.4 tons of cocaine from South America into Europe, exposing a UK-connected supply chain with corrupt officials across multiple continents. The CJNG does not operate its European supply chains without British facilitators. The documented history of British nationals embedded inside South American cartel networks is confirmed by NCA prosecutions stretching back years. Robert Dawes, a British national, was sentenced to 22 years in prison for his role in one of the most significant European drug trafficking cases of the last decade, organising the attempted smuggling of almost 1.4 tons of cocaine on an Air France flight from Caracas to Paris, facilitated by a network of corrupt airport workers, Venezuelan security officials, and government ministers. The NCA's own investigation, Operation Enamored, confirmed that Dawes had command of cocaine logistics into Europe, a network described by the NCA investigator as intricate, extensive, and connected to corrupt officials across the globe. He is one prosecuted example of a model that has not stopped because he was convicted. It adapted, it found new British facilitators, and it kept supplying. Reason number 6. The NCA seized £42 million in cocaine off the Yorkshire coast in 2025, landed by inflatable boat using Colombian cartel contacts. confirming that cartel supply is now reaching Britain by sea as well as port. The CJNG does not use one route. It uses every route that works. In one of the most striking interdictions of 2025, NCA officers disrupted an organised crime group attempting to import 524 kilograms of cocaine, valued at £42 million, using a rigid-hulled inflatable boat off the East Yorkshire coast. One member of the group, Colombian national Didier Tordesillas Reyes, was identified by the NCA as a facilitator with direct links to Colombian cartel contacts. He was jailed in September 2025. A boat, a beach, £42 million of cocaine, and behind it, a cartel contact network reaching from Colombia to East Yorkshire. And the NCA's 2026 strategic assessment confirmed the criminal innovation has not stopped there. Cocaine is now being altered at the molecular level to bond into legitimate cargo materials, becoming the cargo itself to defeat port scanners. The box of bananas is the cocaine. The cartel is operating at the scientific frontier of drug smuggling. So here is where Britain stands in July 2026. CJNG designated a foreign terrorist organisation, its leader killed in February, its succession structure in chaos, and its London cocaine network still running. Cartel gold intercepted at Heathrow from Venezuela on a private jet. A 70-room Regent's Park mansion frozen by the NCA in a single morning. 81 million in London property frozen by court order in March. A British trafficker with cartel connections jailed for 22 years after moving 1.4 tons across the Atlantic. 42 million in cocaine landed off Yorkshire by inflatable boat. And a cartel that the DEA's own 2025 threat assessment confirms is operating in over 40 countries, with London's cocaine market worth £4 billion annually sitting directly in its sights. Millions in cash and gold frozen. The London network smashed. The question Britain has never been made to answer out loud is the one that matters most. How many more CJNG-linked networks are already operating in this city right now that nobody has yet found? Subscribe to British Front Media.